Hello, my name is Allison and I grew up in the USA, but now I live in Colombia. Wonder how that happened? Well, it started out on my best friend Meg's 15th birthday. But before I get into that, let me tell you a quick story. Once, when I was about 5 years old, my mom invited some of her lady friends for brunch, and one of them had a little girl about my age. They put us together to play, and we got along just fine, until the little brat took my favorite stuffed animal, Bunny. I grabbed Bunny and tried to yank it from her, but she hugged it tight. "Give it back now!" She shook her head and hugged Bunny tighter. "It's mine now!" I lost it and bit her little finger so hard I drew blood. She dropped Bunny and called out for her mommy, crying at the top of her lungs. Her mom was petrified and told my mom that she was raising an animal for a child. That was the last time I ever saw them again. Since then, my parents and I moved from place to place because of their work. After saying goodbye to too many friends and crying every time we moved, I promised myself to never make any friends because what was the point? However, I broke that promise when we moved to California and I met Meg. She was pretty and popular, and being in her circle was everything. A few days after I started at my new school, she invited me to sit with her during lunch, and I couldn't believe my luck. I heard that some girls had been waiting for months to be offered a place at Meg's table. The first time she came over to my house, I could tell she was impressed, even though she tried to play cool. After that, Meg developed a taste for expensive stuff. She took me to all the high-end clothing stores, and we had so much fun trying on clothes. There was one thing, though. She never paid for anything. I did. But I didn't mind. My parents were loaded, and I desperately wanted to please Meg. On her 15th birthday, I was so excited. I wanted to get her the best and most priceless gift in the world, so I asked my mom about it.
Just buy her something she would like, Allie.
But Mom, I've already bought her so many things. I want just one thing money can't buy. Something special. Any ideas?
Well, in that case, my darling, make something beautiful and thoughtful for her. Like a scrapbook with all your photos, maybe. I know you kids these days like to take photos. Use those.
Mom was right. I spent hours printing all our favorite photos together, cutting out other side decorations and putting everything together. When I was done, I wrapped the gift in a beautiful orange ribbon, her favorite color. I couldn't wait for her to unwrap it. She was going to love it, and we'd be friends forever. Right? Wrong. Meg took one look at the scrapbook and went off.
Seriously, Allison?
She looked so offended by the gift. Don't you like my gift, Meg? I made it with so much love. It's all our best memories together.
Am I a joke to you, or are you just a cheapskate, Allie?
Where is all this coming from? You're my best friend, and I wanted to show you how much you mean to me.
And you concluded that I am worth a stupid scrapbook? Honestly, Allie, you could have bought me anything you wanted with all the money your mommy and daddy have. This is so embarrassing.
I watched in horror as she ripped pictures from the scrapbook and threw them into the fireplace. Everyone started laughing and pointing fingers at my sad face. I was so heartbroken and hurt. Meg was supposed to be my best friend, but she was humiliating me in front of everyone just because I didn't buy her an expensive gift. What she didn't know was that I had another gift for her. It was an expensive baseball bat that my dad had bought her after I told him that she loved baseball. It had even been signed by her favorite player. I'd hidden it and planned to surprise her sometime during the party. In a fit of rage, I ran and grabbed the bat and then came back and smashed everything I came across. I got a glass cut on my arm, but the pain could not surpass the heartbreak and humiliation Meg had just put me through. I will never forgive you, Meg. Meg laughed and started chanting, "Psycho, psycho," and soon a few others joined her. That made me angrier, so I went for the mounted 75-inch TV and smashed it over and over. Meg looked scared now. I wasn't done. I broke the coffee table and then went into the kitchen and smashed into anything I could find. When I had had enough, I dropped the bat and walked over to Meg, who was now too scared to move. I took the torn-up scrapbook and left the party. The following day, multiple photos and videos of me went viral on social media. No one took my side. My parents were so furious, but as always, they threw money at the situation. They paid thousands of dollars to Meg and her parents, and in exchange, they agreed not to press charges. I was worried about showing my face at school, so imagine my relief when Mom told me we'd be moving to a new country entirely. For the first few weeks in Colombia, I refused to get out of my room or even talk to my parents. Mom tried her best to make me feel better, and Dad just threw money at me every chance he got.
Money makes everything better, Allison.
Mom was getting tired of looking after me and begged me to enroll into a new school already, so one day she threatened to drag me back to California to deal with my mess. The thought of facing Meg and the entire school was terrifying. So with Mom's help, I picked a new school and began to prepare myself for day one all over again. I cut my hair, got blonde highlights, and started wearing glasses instead of contacts, so that no one would identify me from the cheapskate videos and photos, if they ever came across them. I even banned my parents from driving me to school, and instead, I went to school on a scooter. I became friends with Michael, a nerdy boy who smiled at me the first time I walked into class. I was skeptical at first, but soon realized he was a great guy. I went to Michael's house a couple of times, and his parents were nowhere near as rich as mine, so every time he asked to come to mine, I always made up excuses.
Why do you never let me come to your house, Allie? You've been to mine.
It's not that I don't want you to come with me, it's just...
It's just what?
My parents, they're pretty weird and they don't like it when I bring people over. When he kept insisting, I showed him some ugly and old house and made him believe that was where I lived. The last thing I wanted was another friend taking advantage of me and my parents' wealth. One day, I rode my scooter home, and just as I was about to open the door, I heard movement behind me. I turned around and was shocked to see Michael standing right there, eyeing me suspiciously.
Whose house is this, Allie?
Oh, this house? You see, it's...
Don't even lie to me, Allison. I have been following you for weeks, and you never really go into that house you showed me. Do you live here?
Okay, fine. This is where I live. My parents are rich.
So why do you pretend that you're not?
It's a long story, Michael.
I have time.
I let Michael into the house, and his expression was priceless.
Wow, Allison, if this was my house, I would tell everyone and throw parties every weekend.
It's not that simple. I explained to him everything that happened with Meg in California and even showed him the videos and photos. So this is why I prefer to keep it a secret. Promise me you will never tell anyone. Weeks went by and Michael and I grew even closer and hung out at my house all the time. I was dying to kiss him, but I was too chicken. One day, however, Michael and I were in my room when I closed my eyes and just went for it. I grabbed his face and planted a kiss on his lips. Michael was shocked. He stammered and adjusted his glasses nervously.
Does this mean you're my girlfriend now?
Aw, he was so adorable. Sure, if that's what you want.
Yes!
We both laughed and barely concentrated on our homework after that. Days later, I was still lost in my own world after that kiss when Bree, one of the mean girls at school, stood over my desk and started looking at me and then looking at her phone. What are you doing? She ignored my question and kept staring at me, which made me so uncomfortable. I got up to leave, but she shoved me back into my seat. What is your problem, Bree? Before I knew it, she pulled my glasses off my face and let out a devilish laugh.
I knew it! You're that girl from that cheapskate videos, aren't you? I knew you looked familiar.
I don't know what you're talking about. I grabbed my glasses and put them back on.
Your parents must be really mean since you dress like that and can't even buy you a car? What a shame.
Shut up!
Or what, little rich girl? Are you gonna break my stuff too?
I pushed her out of my way and ran out of the school before the principal arrived. I was convinced that Michael had told everyone my secret, and even when he tried to explain, I shut him out and told him to stay away from me. For weeks, I hid in my room and missed a lot of classes. Once again, my rich parents pulled some strings and I did my final exams from home. After my graduation, I was accepted into a college in New York and I was thrilled to get a fresh start. Again. The first few weeks of college were peaceful until one day, while rushing to class, I bumped into someone. And when I saw their face, I froze. This could not be happening.
Hello, Allison. Fancy meeting you here.
Meg? I tried to move but couldn't. I looked at Meg and thought I was going crazy. It sounded like her, but her face was red, and there were horns growing out of her head. And was that a tail? I dropped my books and rubbed my eyes, but just then, I felt myself fall and everything went black. When I woke up, I was in hospital and my parents were by my bedside with worried looks on their faces. What's going on, Mom? Dad? The doctor explained that I had developed a strange heart condition. My heart had grown extremely weak and I had only 36 hours to live, unless I got a heart transplant or did something to strengthen my heart. Strengthen my heart?
Maybe fall in love or get rid of anything that is stressing your heart so much.
In 36 hours? How is that even possible?
It would be if you were a better friend.
I turned my head and Meg was right there, holding my hand with a devilish smile on her face. Just then, I felt a stabbing pain in my chest and let out an agonizing scream and passed out again. I woke up later to my mom's voice calling me and nudging me gently to wake up.
Allie! Allie, open your eyes!
What's going on, Mom? I was drenched in sweat and my heart was beating so fast. I clutched my chest and sat up. I touched my face and felt tears.
You were having a bad dream, baby.
What? Where are we?
We're on a flight from California going to Colombia, remember?
Mom took me into her arms and hugged me. Guys, I'd been dreaming this whole time. My ordeal with Meg had affected me so much that I'd had a full-blown nightmare on the plane because of her. I explained the dream to Mom as the plane landed and she hugged me again.
It's just your subconscious responding to the betrayal, Allison. You're okay now. But you have to promise me not to let anything that happens in California stop you from having a beautiful and happy life. Forget that fake friend. You will meet many more in Colombia.
Maybe even a Michael.
Who's Michael?
I smiled as we got off the plane. I was ready for a new life and a new adventure.